Okay, a bit of a fun lesson here. I call this one the Lazy Man's Guide to Fast, Easy Content Creation. So content, which is articles, information, graphics, all those kinds of things, have really great benefits for any business or any organization. First off, compelling content attracts your audience. It attracts them to your website. It brings them to your YouTube channel. It brings them to your Facebook page or group, or it brings them to your Instagram profile. Content is also great for search engine optimization. So blog articles, pages, information, things like that are great when people are searching, that it brings people to you. And it makes people want to share this great content. It attracts them to your website. You know, the links just attract them to you. And it's a way of doing, you can also do presentations, workshops, conferences, webinars, and videos. So all of these are content information, content ideas. Content is great to bring your audience to you. Some types of content, you know, blog articles, infographics, video, PowerPoints. There's tons of different types. You can do pictures, images. So there's lots of different kinds of content you can get out there and share. So the very first step is to know your audience. Who are they? Who are the people you're trying to attract to your website? What is it that they're looking for? You know, what is it that they want? What problems are they facing? What keeps them awake at night? You know, so that's the second step, is what does your audience want? What are they looking for? What's key to them? What's critical to them? What are they searching for? What problems are they trying to solve? What keeps them awake at night? Now, a great tool for this is Answer the Public. If you go to answerthepublic.com, type something in the little box down here, then what it will do is it will come up with a screen like this. So if I typed in photography, it comes up with all these different questions about you know, can photography be art? Can photography make you rich? Can it be a career? Can it help depression? Can it change the world? You know, which photography is best? Which photography makes the most money? So by knowing what questions people are asking about this topic, you can start to develop content. This is a great way to come up with article ideas, article titles, or online course ideas, because now you know what people are looking for. Another way is to do keyword research to find out what people are looking for as well. And in our keyword research and search engine optimization area, we've got full videos on keyword research, so I won't go through it here. But as an example, you can see here when I search for photography, you can see wedding photography is one of the biggest ones that's being searched. Photo studio is very searched as well. Portrait photography, photography courses. So this gives you some idea what's being looked for online. You know, where might there be a niche that other people might have missed. And you can also go into online forums. You can ask questions about your topic. I spend a lot of time in online forums and Facebook groups, like just different groups where people get together and talk about various topics. And it's a great way to find out what people need, what they're looking for, what would excite them, even if they might have any interest in your particular product. So, step 1, know your audience. Step 2, know what they want. Step 3 is to choose evergreen content. And no, we don't necessarily have to talk about trees, evergreen trees, although you could do a blog on evergreen trees. But evergreen content is content that is not tied to current trends or events. It's content that will work for years in the future. So there's benefit to having hip, trending content, you know, that's high traffic that people are looking for right now. But the lazy way is to create once, work forever. So if you're creating content around a political figure who might get voted out of office in a few years, then that content, nobody's looking for that content a few years from now. Whereas on the other hand, if you create content around alternate political systems, that content could work forever. So there's one article I created in September of 2015 that still, this one article gives us over 8,000 visitors every month. So that's an example of how you can create once and attract traffic forever using content if you're working with evergreen content. Step 4 is to outline without graphics. So I create a lot of my content in PowerPoints. And so here's the outline view of my PowerPoint. You notice no pictures. It's really just the various points I'm going to cover in a text format. So this is a very fast way to create. You can create your whole outline, your whole workshop, what your article is going to be about. All your content can be created easily using an outlining program such as PowerPoint or Dynalist or something like that. So PowerPoint pictures are kind of my arch nemesis when it comes to creating content quickly, because it's really easy to spend forever agonizing over which picture should go with which slide. So that's why my focus is to start with text only and don't put any pictures in, but I put picture ideas in the notes of what I think I might want down below in the notes. So I create the entire content without any pictures. Then I practice presenting it without graphics. I do the entire presentation. I run through my presentation without any graphics to see if it's going to work. And then that will tell me where I'm missing things. Then at that point, I can add high impact graphics. So I've already got the presentation. I can go looking for cool graphics that are going to illustrate what I'm looking for. And you can also outsource the graphic design. You can pass it over to a professional, like somebody on Fiverr or somebody on one of the hiring sites online. You can hire a professional graphic designer to just make it look amazing for you, which is great, especially if you're presenting to a large group where it's a presentation or article or content that's going to be really powerful. Alternatively, you can hire a virtual assistant to put together the graphics for you. They can easily put it together in a PowerPoint. Less expensive, but often not as powerful as using a professional graphic designer. Excuse me. You can use some do-it-yourself graphic tools, things like Adobe Spark, Canva, and easel.ly. Here's some quick graphics I put together using Adobe Spark. So the next step is you can add a voiceover. So at this point, you've got your PowerPoint presentation outlined, and then you've got some nice graphics with it. So then just add a voiceover to it to turn that presentation into a video. So my presentation approach is to start with videos because YouTube marketing is huge. So my idea is all my content's going to be videos, but then I'm going to spin off other content from the videos. So I start with the videos, start with a PowerPoint plus voiceover, and that gives me a video. So to reuse my content, so basically I start with a PowerPoint presentation. A PowerPoint presentation plus you or plus me equals a live webinar or seminar, which you can also record to get your video. A presentation plus a voiceover or recording of the video equals a video. You can then turn that video into a blog post or an article through transcribing it. You can strip out the audio from the video and put it up to iTunes or podcast websites. And now you have a presentation, you've got a video, you've got a blog post, and audio. So 4 pieces of evergreen content that will work for you forever that can then be promoted out to various channels. So transcribing, I use a tool called DIYcaptions.com, and I just copy, I put the video in there, and then it gives me a transcript of it, gives me the text that I can then turn into a article. It makes sense to you might want to delegate that. You might want to outsource transcriptions to your virtual assistant if you have one yet. Step 7 is promoting that content. So you can promote it by posting it in your blog. You can promote it out to your email list. You can add it to YouTube. If it's a PowerPoint presentation, you can add it to SlideShare. You can put it on social media like Twitter and Facebook. You can publish the article on LinkedIn. The iTunes audio can go out. SoundCloud podcasts. It can also be a webinar, or you can do your content as live in-person presentations as well. So many channels to get that content out there. So my summary is I create my content in outlines in PowerPoint. I practice those presentations without graphics. Then I add graphics, and this can be myself or using tools like Adobe Spark, or I can have my virtual assistant do it, or I can have a graphic designer do it. I can add a video to the presentation and record that to create, I add a voiceover to my presentation and record that to create video. Then I can transcribe the video into an article, again, a great thing for virtual assistants to take over and do. I can take the audio portion of the video and put it out as a podcast, and then I can promote all of these, the presentation, the video, the podcast, and the blog articles through my various channels.